Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another great episode of The Good Word with Mr. Frederick. All right, guys, get right into it today. Today, we are going to talk about selecting and detecting what true support is, okay, from fake support. All right, this is a good one, guys. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. So, all of us need support. Most humans need support. We are attachment beings, okay? We need attachment. It's something very important for us, for our survival, to be mentally healthy. That's what we always hear, right? I am going to say something maybe possibly controversial today, all right? And that is bull malarkey. Bull malarkey, family. Listen, I will tell you, in my experiences, yes, it's great to have support. It's great to have relationships. It's great to have contact with others. But I'm going to go a little old school here. It's better to have, okay, no company than bad company. And I just say that off of my personal experiences, family, because you need good support. You need genuine support. And as I go down the list on this on this topic today, I can clearly show you points as to why I'm saying this. And it's purely, as you know, everything on this channel is for progression of your personal development and seeking answers. And we don't know it all, but as we go along on this journey, we need to explore all different possible theories, okay, in living life. And what better examples than the ones that you've actually experienced? I don't know any better than that. And I say that because the first thing you need to look at with detecting support from fake support, true support, that is is a person genuine? Okay, are they genuine? Are their motives genuine? Why are they being supportive? What kind of support are they offering you? Is it the support that you truly need, or is it a support that benefits them only, or down the line it benefits them, and so their way of displaying this support is it's going to be, at the end of the day, it's going to be detrimental to you. Okay, so you need to know that. Is it genuine? What motives? What do they want something in return? Does it come with attack? Does it come with certain circumstances that need to be fulfilled for them? Does it come with a certain amount of sacrifices that you might have to make? I don't know how good that support is, family. So, do they want something in return? Yes. Okay. And also, if so, what's the story that they're telling you? What's the story that they're telling you? How is this connection formed? What is the support based off of? Okay, all of these are very important to you, and you need to know these things. Are they consistent? Are they consistent? Are they consistent? That's a huge red flag. If they're not consistent, I can tell you that that's obviously one of the first things that people look for is consistency. It's very hard to keep up something that's not real, something that's not true. It's very hard for someone to keep going. Now, don't get me wrong, people can do it. They could do it for years, okay? But it's more likely that they're going to show signs that it's not right. Something's not right. They have more opportunities to trip up and show you something that they didn't mean to show you, the longer they try to keep the gig up. Okay, so you understand that if you see inconsistencies, say one thing here, say another thing there, you got to question, what is that about? Let me see here. What is your need? Okay, so also, family, you got to ask yourself too, why is your need for support so important? What is it? What is the need? Why are you so needy when it comes to this support? Ask yourself and be honest about this, family. Why is your need for support so important? Because we all don't need support the same way in the same amount of it. Sometimes when we need that extra, it's something missing inside of us. And you have to you have to be honest with yourself about this. You can't lie to yourself on this one. If it's real, if it's something that you're really missing there, just face it, okay? And it's going to not always be pretty, you know? It's not going to always be pretty. Sometimes there's some insecurities in there on your part that you don't feel that you can fulfill on your own. And keep in mind, family, it's nothing to be ashamed about when it comes to having insecurities or feeling a perceived voids in your own persona, in your sense of self, okay? Because those things can be built up over time. And again, I say a lot of things that might be contrary to what psychologists say, or doctors or professionals or spiritual, wherever form of life. These are based off of a lot of my experiences that I have found, and I've explored all of those different disciplines, okay? But at the same time, I'm giving this platform and I'm motivated to speak my truth and my experiences, because everyone's different, family. Everyone's different in what they experience in life, how they experience life, and what they gain from it, okay? And what they've learned and their interpretation of it. So it might not be for everyone. My opinion might not be, I'm just get a little disclaimer here. My opinion is not for everyone. Some of you individuals might look at me and say, oh, I don't agree with that. It's support by any means. Grab anybody you can and put them around you. I beg to differ, okay? You have to learn how to eat alone, family. So now we'll go into why you are stronger than you think. Your true strength doesn't need as much support as you think. And a lot of times we have a narrative that is just false in our heads that we believe about ourselves. And it might come from years of being gaslit, okay, by toxic, dysfunctional family members and friends from your past that you no longer interact with and engage with for good reason. Whatever the reason is, you have to examine this. But a lot of times, if you are in poison for a long time, you come out sick, family, and you have to understand that. And don't be prideful about it. If you are not on par where you should be, okay, with your peers or with individuals that you might see on a different emotional maturity level than you, or just psychologically more healthy, okay, you have others you could look at and say, okay, this person's not as needy as me. This person's maybe not saying that you're always comparing yourself to others, but let's face it, family, not everybody falls victim to false support and fake support. And some people do. And it's a reason why some people can get groomed and get, manipulated easier when they're older. And I mean, not just as young people, it's much older senior citizens that can be manipulated by individuals, false friends, and people that come in and portray to be loving and empathetic, and, oh, what do you need? And I can be there for you. And then before you know it, the person has flipped on them and left you more damaged than you were before you met them. So I put out my videos because my coaching method is off of Mr. Frederick's experiences and how I interpreted them, okay, in living, and the things that improved my life, okay? So it's not based on your age, it's not based on your gender, it's not based on your ethnicity, any factors other than you being a person, okay? If you're a person, you can be fooled by false and fake support. You want to seek true support, okay? And that's going to take time, because always understand water seeks its own level. So the healthier you are and the more you can identify healthy individuals, the more you will attract healthy individuals. You see, you can't attract something that you're not or that you don't possess. And that's why it's so critical that you build that sense of self, family. And you'll see that that's the theme with me in all of my videos. I always say how you need to continuously work on your sense of self, because support is great. It's needed. We all want to be there or want someone to be there for us. But having someone that's not true, having someone that is actually a pariah, someone that has bad intentions for you, okay, is not going to improve your life. It actually puts you in peril, puts you in danger. And we don't want that, family, especially as we get older. We want to be in situations where we at least at minimum have peace. Why would you go from not having peace, or excuse me, from having peace to not having peace? Okay, in the sense of just believing that you have support. If it's not real, it doesn't count. Okay? If it's not real, it doesn't count. Okay, so we talked about building that self-value and okay, and also building that center is key. With your faith, family. And I'm not, whatever you believe in, like I tell you guys, whatever you believe in, I'm not judging. But believing in something greater than yourself is always my first option for me to introduce people, okay, to a higher consciousness, okay? And so in order to have that, it needs to be something outside of yourself that's not a person, okay? Not a person. And that could be whatever you want to believe in. I have my beliefs. I don't force my beliefs upon anyone because this channel is open to everyone. And I feel as though the best way to show is be an example. And if I tell somebody, oh, okay, you're this, you're that, I'm going to condemn you. Who would I be as a life coach? Who would I be as someone, as a representative of what I believe in if I condemned others because they think different than me? And so that'll never be me, all right? And the basis of that is that's not what feels right for me. That's not what I identify with. I don't resonate with that energy, okay? I resonate with an energy of similarities, okay? Seeing what's similar in me and also in others, okay? Not seeing the differences and not focusing on the differences. That's too much of our society today is based on persecuting others because they're different than you. No one is going to be like you, family, but understand, it's a little bit of you in everyone, and it's a little bit of it's a little bit of them and you, because we are connected in that sense that, yeah, that person might not be going through what you're going through right now, but who knows what you're going to go through in the future, and who knows what they went through in the past. And that's how we're connected, family, because every dog has its day. So yeah, you can look and look down on someone today, but you don't know where you're going to be tomorrow, okay? And the other way around. So always remember that experiences aren't exclusive, that you don't have control over everything. And that goes back to the higher consciousness. So understand that when we do need support going through these things, you don't know when you will be in a situation. You don't know when you don't know what's going to happen in the future. But you do know that you don't need someone to pretend to be a friend, someone to pretend to be a support system for you just to manipulate you. And guess what? Understand this. Just on a spiritual basis, if you're a believer, understand you reap what you sow. So when a person like that comes into your life and plays these games and tries to hurt you and manipulate you and treat you bad and fake like they're a friend to get in, because you're not going to let them in if they don't fake, okay? Let's admit it. No way they can get in unless they pretend. But that being said, when they do that, they don't have nothing good coming to them. Trust me. It's going to be downhill from them. For them. That's going to come back. Hey, you reap what you sow every season. So also understand that don't let your empathy make you easy prey upon individuals, okay? So we all want to be loving and empathetic, but understand when you're trying to detect real support from fake support, stop giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. Oh, I'm going to give this person a benefit of doubt. I'm going to give this person a benefit of doubt. I'm not saying being pessimistic. I'm certainly not saying that. I'm here because of optimism. I'm here because of faith and belief. So there's no way I'm saying being pessimistic. However, there's a such thing as being realistic. And being a realist, you do have to see that individuals a lot of times do have motives, okay? And when someone is appearing out of nowhere and all of a sudden they love you instantly, you got to question yourself, how often and how likely is this? What is this person loving? How much of me do they know? Is this real? Is this not? Any kind of scenario when someone wants to get in real close, real fast, okay, can be real dangerous. All right, family? So understand that when we are on this walk, you want to be a good person, you want to keep your good heart. There's nothing wrong with that. But you also want to nurture an individual, your heart, and you want to protect it. Guard your heart above all things, and you want to be able to survive. And key to that is being aware and being realistic in a sense of people aren't you. So you might have good intentions. You might mean well for everyone. You might be a very loving, empathetic person. But with that empathy also has to, it's nothing if it's not guarded. If it's not guarded, what is it? It has no value. So build that value, and as you build that value, you'll innately want to guard it and protect it and know that it's something that needs to be protected, okay? Because there are a lot of predatory people out there that, I mean, they see you and they just licking their chops. They looking at you like, oh, look at that. I got a sweet one over there. Look what I got over here. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. I see you smiling all the time. You happy and you cracking jokes. And a lot of times that darkness want to distinguish that light. And it's unconscious because it is on a spiritual level. So just like you unconsciously might want to do right and might want to be loving and might want to seek support, somebody might want to put that light out. And how are they going to get in there? Fake like they are support. So you need to know the difference between real support and fake support. Real support takes time. Real support is organic. Anything organic, family, usually takes time. And I'm not saying God can't work lightning fast. God can do anything. But most things he does takes time. When he works fast, you know, you're going to know it's him. Because you're going to know there's no way this would have happened without the Lord. He's going to give you all sorts of signals, going to talk to you. And when you are chosen, protected, when you are anointed, all of my true believers, all my individuals out there that are really in sync with the Most High, and they understand that their connection is special to them, okay? And they understand that things in their lives have worked out a certain kind of way. They will see patterns. You'll see patterns over your life and how things happen. If you don't see those patterns, more likely your calling is not one that you might perceive as special. You know, it's not. Because if you have a special calling, you're going to see those patterns. You're going to see things that make no sense that have happened in your life that have happened for you. Things that have you got out of, things that you've overcome, situations that have happened like right on time when there's no other way but God could have done it. So if you haven't seen those things, I mean, hey, your calling special to you, I guess, but, and the way I see it is, no, it's not, because it's few are called, okay? Excuse me, many are called, but few are chosen. So when the idea of chosen comes up, it's not, it's things that happen in your life that are very irregular, okay? And that just doesn't happen. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you see God's hand on your life and that protection and that guidance. You see it, okay? Also, last but not least, understand one thing fake support preys on is shame, okay? If you have any sort of shame in you, which most of us do, you know, we're human, we live a life, somewhere in your life you might feel shameful about something about yourself. Understand that the key to that, family, is facing your shame, facing things that you don't feel so great about, and understanding that you're bigger than that. You're more than a conqueror, and you are great. Even if you've gone through these things, that actually is a reason you are great. Those things that you've overcome have made you greater. And the reason why I can say this is because you're still here. You're still here because the very thing that you had difficulty dealing with and not wanting to face that caused shame for you is something that took somebody else out. And it didn't do that to you. So the only thing that was left for you to do is grow and bloom. Thus, what doesn't take you out makes you stronger. It's a testimony, okay, because of the test that you pass. So understand, don't run from those things. Don't run from shame, guilt, blame, gaslit. You could have been gaslit by family and friends, whatever, in your past, lovers. Don't run from those things. Accept them and understand it's a part of your story. It's not who you are, but it is a part of your story, and the fact that you've overcome those things. And build strength off of that. Because if you don't face those things, someone else, in a very sly, sneaky way, will get in and infiltrate your camp, okay, as a spy, espionage. And now what they're going to do, they're going to run their play. They're going to run their play. And when they run their play, family, they're going to capitalize on everything you've told them, okay? Everything you've told them in good faith, in private, that you didn't feel so great about. You might have shared at a vulnerable moment. They're a predator. So they're going to do what? They're going to use everything, all the information you gave them against you. So you got to face that. And you not only face it, you go ahead and integrate it into you and who you are. And you let it be a badge that you wear as a champion that you are. All right, family? So remember, identifying, selecting support from fake support, and why do we need it? Okay, why do we need it? And understanding that the greatest support that you do have that won't ever go anywhere, and you know who that is. And on top of that, who is in you is greater than in the world. All right, family. Love what you do and do what you love. Peace.